starting the session. Okay, I thank President Jellachan and all the office bearers for this wonderful opportunity. We'll be dealing with this topic. So here I'll be sharing this screen. Hope it is available for all. I think you can all see, I think, right? Kanamo Andy? Kanamo Lole? Acha Kanamo?
Kana.
Okay, yeah. Here we go. I repeat, I need your attention. Okay. Facing problems together, using what we believe, what we know, and what we learn to make our relationship stronger. So we'll be dealing with one topic, facing problems together. Together means husband, wife, and children, or the family. We'll be dealing only three aspects of this. We'll be using three tools. On the what we believe. That could be a religious faith system, the possibility of religious faith system. The second is what we know. The constitutional rules of family, the social systems of family, all what we know. And the last one will be the solution, what we learn to make. Today we'll be learning few therapeutical techniques. We'll be learning few therapeutical techniques of these are the three things in which we'll be dealing with. If somebody's drawing on the screen, can we just delete it? Somebody's drawing on the screen, can we delete it? Yeah. Okay. So facing problems together, using what we believe, what we know, and what we learn to make. So ഞാൻ ഈ പറയാൻ പോകുന്ന കാര്യങ്ങൾ ഒരു പക്ഷേ മിക്കതും നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അറിയാവുന്നതായിരിക്കും. You'll be knowing most of the things actually. So you'll be thinking that, Achan, I know this. Yeah, I understand that you know it. But I'll be keeping it in an order. So you'll be able to find it in an order so that it stays in a memory in an order. Okay? അങ്ങനെയായിരിക്കും ഞാൻ മുന്നോട്ട് പോവുക. Okay? Here I go. Okay. So we'll be dealing with first, what we believe. I think most of us are Christian people. So we believe in Bible. See, we have a lot of models in Bible. We have a lot of, good fathers and mothers, which we can adopt. There are wrong models also. So we keep Bible as a model for the family. So when we take Bible as a model for family, we should not forget the fact that it was written 2000 years ago, maybe more, 1000 years ago. So even though Bible is of course an old document, but we update it. So always think and always keep it in mind that whenever we interpret Bible, we update it to the context and interpret it. So we have biblical models as good and bad also, but we take good models. So we have a belief system of creation, stewardship, as God as a wise provider, life as a gift. You know all these things. Belief system of creation, man and women, they're created by God. No, it is God's creation. You know that, we are stewards in the Garden of Eden. We have some duties given. We have children, we have earth, we have air, we have water, a lot of responsibility, given to the family. And God is a wise provider. He has provided with a lot of resources. God has provided with good partners. God has provided with good resources, house to stay, food to eat, a lot of things. And life is God's gift. Of course, life is God's gift. These all are biblical, theological concepts. We take it as a background of family. So this is my first point. So keep it in mind that there are two more points coming up. So always keep it in mind that we just started. So we have a belief system of creation. We are created by God. Keep it in mind. Creation has an intention. Keep it in mind. And we are stewards, husband, wife, children, all are stewards. Some duties are given. Don't forget it. God, the wise provider. God has provided everything. Air to breathe, food to eat, a lot of things. And life is God's gift. It's a gift of God. And we have only a few years, 80, 70 years, we live in this earth and we leave this earth and go. So keep it in mind. These are the theological or biblical foundation faith regarding family. So then Christian family theology is there. So there is something called leaving, cleaving, and weaving. You must be knowing. Leaving parents, cleaving to wife and family, and they start weaving the family. So this is the basic theology of Christian family. Is like a guy or a girl, they leave the parents and they cleave to another context and they start weaving it. Okay. Okay, somebody is again drawing on the wall. If it is, yeah, please avoid drawing on the wall. Yes, thank you. So Christian family theology is leaving, cleaving, and weaving. This is a big topic, but I cannot take it now. Maybe later we can think about it, these 3 points. Embracing the Christian family model of leaving one's family, cleaving to one's spouse, and weaving a new family, unite grounded in faith. Okay, I'll move forward. Next is divine duty of partaking in God's creation process. When you have a child, when you produce children, of course, God's creation process is being taken over. So you are in God's creation process. That is also theological background. So when you have children, so when you are supposed to have children, so you are taking part in God's creation. So when you nowadays couples say that I don't want children, pets are enough for me. There are people like that actually. So that time, you are stopping God's creation. You are not taking part in God's creation. So when you have children, when you nurture them in faith, when you nurture them giving love, and you are creating, you're partaking in God's creation. Another one. The last one here, what we know about biblical background is purity in monogamous relationship. Bible talks about polygamy also. Abraham had 2 wives, a lot of other wives are there. But New Testament, of course, stick to actually one wife, monogamous relationship. Of course, Indian Constitution also, says only one wife, one husband. Upholding the sanctity of a monogamous relationship, practicing purity and faithfulness in marital commitments. This is very important. So these are the things that we already know. എല്ലാവർക്കും അറിയാം ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞ ഒന്നും പുതിയതല്ല actually. Maybe you will be knowing biblical models. Bible talks about few families, good and bad. Belief system of creation, we are stewards. God is wise provider, life as a God's gift, etc. Christian family theology, leaving, cleaving, and weaving. Divine duty of partaking in God's creation process, and purity in monogamous relationship. And I move forward. Bible talks about marriage as a sacrament and holy institution. Bible talks marriage as a sacrament. Of course, Marthoma Sabhi Adana Vishwasik, it's a holy institution. So it has to be holy. Husband has to be holy. Kurbana edukkum parayalla. This is given for holy people. So the holy Kurbana is only meant for holy people. That means you are supposed to be holy. So marriage as a sacrament, and it's a holy institution. Considering marriage as a sacred sacrament. So it is a sacred sacrament. You cannot pollute it. You are not allowed to pollute it. 7th is sacrificial love. Bible talks about sacrificial love of Jesus, sacrificial love of God. So here, husband and wife supposed to have sacrificial love. Husband sacrifice for wife, and wife sacrifice for husband, and children also the same way, parents the same way. So the biblical foundation of sacrificial love is also here in family context. So biblical context of unity and oneness. What about, the Trinity concept? Pidava, Putran, Parishuddhatma. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Divine family. So theologians say that Father, Son, and Holy Spirit is Ruha. Ruha is a feminine noun. It's supposed to be a feminine or a women presence in the Trinity family. So there we don't see there is a triangular relationship, but which is not hierarchical, which is horizontal. So Father is not on the top, Son is not on the down, or Ruha is not on the side. No, they are together. So here, unity and oneness is very important. In fact, for husband, wife, children, it is not a vertical, up and model, amma tare, father is up and down. No, it is all together. Like we sit on the dining table, like all together. So unity and oneness is very important. So 9th one is faithfulness and commitment. Bible says about faithfulness and commitment. God was faithful to earth, it is people. Jesus was faithful to his father, commitment, etc. The same value system is supposed to be here in family also. 10th one is intimacy and connection. See how father and son is connected, very much affectionate. Ruha is connected, very much affectionate. Holy Spirit is connected to Son, very affectionate. Intimacy and connection, prioritizing emotional, spiritual, and physical intimacy within the marriage, creating a deep bond and connection. Nobody should be able to separate it. Nobody should be comment on it. Nobody should comment on a husband. Nobody should be able to comment on a wife. Intimacy has to be very strong. The 11th point is divine guidance. So you see, Israelite people walking under the guidance, and all the people of God were walking under the guidance of God. Here also, every family has to have somebody who can guide. Guidance should be from divine. Guidance should be from above. Otherwise, it cannot go. So divine guidance should be there. That should be through prayer or going to church, whatever is it. It could be meditation, whatever you like, actually. It's divine guidance. And next is redemptive grace. So we have redemption theology, understanding the power of grace and forgiveness. What all sin we do, we are getting forgiveness every day. We have grace every day. Son of God is forgiving you every day, every day. The same thing has to be there in the family also. Husband should be able to forgive wife, and some grace should be there. And wife also the same way, some forgiveness, some grace. It is very much needed in family also. So 13th point is servant leadership. You see, Jesus was a servant leader. And it's even God serving the earth. God serving the human being. God is such a huge God serving even small people. Same way, servant leadership is needed for husband and wife. So I repeat once again, 6th point is marriage is sacrament and holy institution, sacrificial love, unity and oneness, faithfulness and commitment, intimacy and connection, divine guidance, redemptive grace, and servant leadership. ഇത്രയും വേണം keep all this list in your mind. ഈ ലിസ്റ്റ് എല്ലാം മനസ്സിൽ വെക്കുക when you have a family. ഇത്രയും കാര്യങ്ങൾ ബൈബിൾ പറയുന്നുണ്ട്, ഇത്രയും കാര്യങ്ങൾ സഭ പറയുന്നുണ്ട്, ഇത്രയും കാര്യങ്ങൾ ലിറ്റർജി പറയുന്നുണ്ട്, ഇത്രയും കാര്യങ്ങൾ മാരേജ് റൂൾസ് പറയുന്നുണ്ട്. കീപ് ഇറ്റ് ഇൻ മൈൻഡ്. യു മേ ഫൊർഗെറ്റ് സംതിങ്, ഇറ്റ്സ് ഓക്കെ. 13 കാര്യമുണ്ട്. 10 മറന്നാലും 3 ഓർത്തിരിക്കണം. I'm sure about it. Okay. Hope you are with me. If you are not with me, you won't be able to follow. Okay. We know all these things again. So what we know about family. The next thing is what we know. We are living in Indian constitution. Under the Indian constitution, we are bound to the rules. We are Indians. We live in this land, or we are abroad. We are bound to the law of the land. A lot of things are there. Same thing I'll be repeating in order for you to remember. So what we know. See, I just reminded you what we know about family from the Bible and the liturgy and the theology. Now, it is general thing. What do you already know? But I'll just make it into a list. Okay, what we know. For the first point is interconnectedness. You know that we are interconnected. Family members influence each other's thoughts, emotion, behavior, creating a web of connection within the unit. ഈ ഓരോ 3 പോയിന്റും ഒരു വലിയ ക്ലാസ് എടുക്കാനുണ്ട്. I don't have time for this. Maybe in future, slowly തമാശ ഒക്കെ പറഞ്ഞ് ഇൻസിഡന്റും കേസ് സ്റ്റഡി ഒക്കെ പറഞ്ഞ് I can take. പക്ഷേ that is not possible now, today. But in future, hopefully, we can make it much more interesting. There are a lot of other stories, incidents I can tell you, but I'm not going to it today. Interconnectedness. If for Amma Marumagal, Amma Magan, Appan Amma, it's all connected. They influence their thoughts. They influence their habits. It is difficult to get away. Actually, you are in a trap. Maybe I would call you a trapped like this. You cannot escape it. Here, if you want to enjoy life, you should learn the art of how to manage it. So you are interconnected. Family members influence each other's thoughts. Our behaviors affect him. If the mother is lazy, child also will be lazy. The father is lazy, child will be lazy. If the wife is talkative, father will be talkative. The husband will be more talkative. This is how we influence actually. Maybe on a longer run, we influence a lot. We exchange a lot. So we are interconnected. Second thing is role and structure. Every family has role and structure. ചിലപ്പോൾ സിംഗിൾ പാരന്റ് കാണും, ഹസ്ബൻഡ് വൈഫ് ചൈൽഡ് കാണും, 2 children 3 children, ഗ്രാൻഡ് പേരൻസിലൂടെ താമസിക്കുന്നവർ കാണും, ഇൻലോസ് താമസിക്കുന്നവർ കാണും. ലോട്ട് ഓഫ് ഡിഫറൻസസ്. എവറിഥിങ് ഈസ് യുണീക്. When you come to me, like when you come to us with problems, we see in particular, problems in particular. സോ ഒരു ഇൻലോസിന്റെ കൂടെ ഉള്ള പ്രോബ്ലം ആവത്തില്ല മദേഴ്സിന്റെ കൂടെ ഫാദർ മദറിന്റെ കൂടെ ഉള്ളത്. 3 കുഞ്ഞുങ്ങൾ ഉള്ളിടത്തെ പ്രശ്നം ആവത്തില്ല സിംഗിൾ ചൈൽഡ് ഉള്ളത്. ഇറ്റ്സ് ഓൾ ഡിഫറെന്റ് ഇൻ വെൻ വി ടേക്ക് ഇറ്റ് പർട്ടിക്കുലർ. സോ റോൾ ആൻഡ് സ്ട്രക്ചർ, ഫാമിലീസ് ആർ സ്പെസിഫിക് റോൾസ്. Parent, child, it's a role. For father, it is a role means it is to be acted. If you're not a good actor, no, you cannot. You should be able to act it. Act, I use in a positive sense, not abhinayam. But you should be take up the role of a father. I'm a father. What are the duties I'm supposed to do? I'm supposed to take care of my children, to get finance, to adjust, to love my wife, to assist in kitchen, to purchase things, to put some laundry. You'll be thinking, what all Achin is telling? Putting laundry, assisting in kitchen, cooking. Is it for a guy? No. Here we learn the art of family. There is no role fixed for wife and husband, in a family There are certain things, but a lot of gray area is there. Husband can cook, husband can clean house, husband can put the clothes for laundry. A wife can drive. A lot of things can be done. So role and structure you should be able to identify, and structures that defines interactions and responsibilities among members. Okay, so hope we understood about roles and structures. Okay, communication patterns. You talking is very important. Talking is not only the way of communication. You can communicate through your eyes, through your smile. ഒരു പാത്രം ഗ്ലാസ് എടുത്ത് വെക്കുന്ന ഒരു പാത്രം എടുത്ത് വെക്കുന്ന ശബ്ദം കേട്ടാൽ അറിയാം what is the mode of communication. I'm not able to see your faces, so I'm not able to see what you like, what you understand. Actually, the glass അടുക്കളക്കകത്ത് പാത്രം അടിക്കും. We communicate different ways. ചിലര് പാത്രം അടിക്കുന്നവരുണ്ട്, ചിലര് സ്വിച്ച് ഞാൻ കണ്ടിട്ടുണ്ട്, സ്വിച്ച് ആഞ്ഞ് കുത്തുന്നവരുണ്ട്. There are different kinds. We communicate anger, we communicate love, we communicate concern. So communication patterns should be there. There should be some disciplined communication patterns. അതായത് എന്താ പറയുക, വേണ്ടാത്ത കമ്മ്യൂണിക്കേഷൻ ഉണ്ട്, അതും നമ്മൾ അവോയ്ഡ് ചെയ്തിട്ട് communication within the families shapes relationships. So what you communicate will be your family. What you communicate will be your future family. If you communicate mature way, if you communicate in an educated way, if you communicate in a balanced way, your family will be balanced. If you express as it is, ദേഷ്യം വരുമ്പോൾ ദേഷ്യം, സ്നേഹം വരുമ്പോൾ സ്നേഹം, no. Of course, we understand that there should be some way of spontaneity in family, but still there should be some communication patterns to be followed, actually. Okay, fourth one is boundaries. Husband has his own boundaries. Respect it. Please respect it. Wife has her own reservations and boundaries. Respect it. If you don't respect it, it is difficult for that person to adjust it. So respect both boundaries, because they are two individuals. One is a man, one is a woman. They're two biological entity, two personal entity, two types of personality, two types of hormonal, what do we call it? Biological, hormonal way beings actually. So it's all different. So how can you expect your wife to understand you 100%? It is not possible. Don't expect it. And keep some boundaries. Like respect the boundaries. Respect the boundary of the husband. Respect the boundary of the wife, and respect the boundary of children. Respect them as they are. Families establish boundaries that define individual autonomy and closeness, influence in relationship and privacy. Privacy is needed. Everybody needs some privacy. Over privacy, over boundary, it's all difficult. No, you should not come to my room, I should not come to your room. That is too dangerous. But having the respect towards the couple, each other, or children also, respect their privacy, respect their autonomy, plus respect their boundaries and all. So fourth thing is boundaries. Fifth one is generational impact. Don't forget it. Traditions, values, and behaviors are passed through generations, shaping family dynamics. So when you pass generations, you are passing on traditions. ഈ കൂട്ടത്തിൽ കോട്ടയത്തെ മീൻകറി വെക്കുന്ന ആള് അമ്മയുടെ മോള് കോട്ടയത്തെ മീൻകറി ഇഷ്ടപ്പെടും. If you pass on it, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ she will like only burger. When you pass, you're passing the food tradition, dress tradition, value tradition, faith tradition, culture, and I know words, vocabulary, a lot of things you pass on. So don't forget that you're passing on generation, you're impacting the next generation. You know it, all these things. Next thing is adaptability. Families adjust to change like birth, death, career shift, altering roles, dynamics. Lot of adaptation will happen. Are you sure that your husband gonna be with you till 100 years? No, we do not know when he pass away, when he passes away. When is your wife? We do not know. Do you think that your children will be with you always? No. You get adapted. Be ready to adapt. Be ready for adaptations like birth. You will have new children added up. You have people leaving the family. A lot of things. Divorce can come. Problems can come. All things can come. So birth, death, career shifts, a lot of financial problem, a lot of you should be able to adapt to the situation. So husband, wife should be able to adapt to the situation. Seventh one is cultural influence, cultural background. For example, that's why we advise, you marry from same cultural background. So when you have two cultural backgrounds, it's okay. We cannot say not to love. You love, no problem. But when you marry somebody from another culture, first, few years it's okay. Few years it's okay. But there are a lot of couples living, with very keeping very good manner of life also. But cultural background is very important. When two cultures comes, it is two personalities, two genders, already is two families, two churches. Lot of twos are there. When it is beyond culture, language, and all this, every language carries its own culture, its own food habits, its own traditions, its own literature. A lot of things are there. So cultural influences will be there. Be very careful when we have it. It is a reality also. We adapt to the cultures. So eighth one is support system. Families serve as a primary support system. See, I have nobody to support me. My church father, my Palili Achan, he'll come and pray for me, do some assistance. I'm also an Achan, some talking. He will visit 2-3 times or 5 times. Maybe he'll visit once in a month. More than that, he cannot do. A church cannot do, or society cannot do. Maybe a neighbor or a best friend. No, they cannot do it. They will do it for 1 day, 2 day. No. Here is the influence and importance of a life partner. Only your life partner can be with you until your death, when you undergo problems, struggle, and all these things. So it is a wonderful family. It is a wonderful supporting system. Some people will be listening to me, will be experiencing very bad, undergoing a lot of some kind of bad situation in the family. You will be thinking, Acha, what you're telling is not right. There are situations like that also, but we have solution for that in family therapy. So families serves as primary support, offering emotional, financial, social assistance during challenging times. So supporting system, that's we call it home. We call it home. We call it home. If you have a feeling like I have coming home. So it is a support system actually. So developmental impact. So just one second, give me one sec. Just give me one sec. There is a small problem. Yeah, sorry. So I have a technical difficulty here. Okay, support system. I'm moving forward. Next thing is developmental impact. Family experience impact individual development, influencing personality, beliefs, and coping mechanism. Everything. Lot of developmental impacts. Family can make. Family is making it. As you develop in your personality, your family has a lot of influence. Last one is nurturing future generations. As we all know, we are nurturing future generations. These are the general things about family. So what we already know. So what we already know about Bible and theology, what we know already about general concepts. So here my question, our topic is solving the problems with what we know. I'm not going to suggest lot of new things. I have little. I cannot suggest all these things through like this on a session. I have few things I'll suggest you. So When you know that you have a lot of potentials already inside you, already inside your family, already inside your lifestyle, your way of behavior, find out the potentials. Find out the potentials of religion. As a Christian religion, lot of back support, Bible, examples, church, systems. Use that opportunity. Here, what you already know in interconnectedness, communication, but use all these possibilities when you have problems. Okay, we will move forward. Okay, just one sec. Okay, yeah. So here I have something new. If you're listening to me, you will be get. If you have listened all these things, what I have like just shared, please walk with me. What we learn to make our relationship stronger. This is our topic for the day. In fact, we've discussed what we already know. Now, what we can learn, what we get new, something new to make our family, our husband-wife relation, our husband-wife children relation much more strong. Keep this in your mind, this question, what we learn to make our relationship stronger. So before going to that, I'll just quickly just mention what are the major problems that we as counselors we experience generally, but a lot of personal problems are also there. I'll just quickly go. The first thing is tech obsessed culture. We live in a tech obsessed culture, digital divide and digital driven urban environment, a lot of things. I just move forward very fast. Work life technology blend. Work life technology blend life. Urban jobs often involve constant connectivity, blurring boundaries, lot of other things. This is another topic, but I cannot discuss it here, but I'll just mention and go so that you will be able to understand what are the problems young couples face. High cost of living, financial problem, children and their management, how to manage children, their growth, their nurture, their care and concern, a lot of things. Management of in-laws and siblings. I have mother-in-law, father-in-law, they have generation gap. When I talk, I don't understand them, they don't understand me, a lot of rivalry between them and all this. Siblings and other relationships. And sibling competency. എൻ്റെ സഹോദരനോട് compete ചെയ്യാനുള്ള ഒരു പ്രശ്നം, sibling rivalry, a lot of things are there. Then limited space. In the context of Mumbai, people live in 1 BHK, 2 BHK, so they don't have space to explore. So that is a big problem. In some families, they all live together very close. They don't have a courtyard to walk out. They don't have a space to go out. A lot of that brings some problems. Educational pressure. Among children, educational pressure problems are there. Community disconnect. Some people are not connected to community. They live alone. They want privacy. They don't want to mingle with people. So that is a personality actually. So urban living often lacks tight knit communities. That is also a problem. So then mental health strains, like a lot of stress, traffic, long commutes, and a lot of other things are there. These are the general problems in general. Okay, so now this is something that new for you to take back home or to practice. If you want to write it down, please write it down. If you are undergoing a problem, please write it down. If you have something, please write it down. If you want to take a screenshot, you can take it. Psychological basis. I will be giving few psychological, not techniques, some approaches, key psychological concepts for healthy relationships among couples. I'm not talking about grandparents. I'm not talking about children also. I'm not talking about in-laws also. That is all another way, another part of session. But this is only among couples, very, very close. So there's something called, we all are aware about artificial intelligence. It's all AI. Somebody is drawing on the screen again. Who is drawing? Can you delete it? Okay. Yeah. So emotional intelligence. As we know, who is drawing? And can you delete it? I cannot see my screen. Can somebody delete it? I cannot actually. Yeah, thank you. There are 2 more lines. If you can delete it, thank you. Yes. Okay. Emotional intelligence. Okay, as we know, what is artificial intelligence? They have the sense of sensing things. The same way, understanding and managing emotions effectively. When you get anger, it's okay to get angry, but on a modulation, have in a particular modulation. Understanding and managing emotions effectively, fostering empathy, and navigating conflicts with emotional awareness. So emotional awareness, empathy, conflict management, and emotions, effective emotions, and understanding. A lot of words are here. Every word is very important. So have an intelligence to understand emotions. As an artificial intelligence even artificial intelligence understand emotions. There are toys like that. There are virtual videos like that. Why can't a man or a woman, why can't they have this emotional intelligence? So you should be able to sense the next person is angry today, or the next person is depressed today. The next person is, you should have the intelligence to manage it. If that person is depressed, if you go and keep on asking what is depression, they may not tell. Wait for it. No, make situations like that. So emotional intelligence. Here also the boundary is coming again. Boundaries, establishing and respecting personal. I told you already. This is also a psychological technique. Respect the boundary of the next person. Don't peep into their nose. Nobody likes it. Have, if, for example, if somebody, there are ചില ഭാര്യമാരുണ്ട് ഉറങ്ങി കിടക്കുമ്പോൾ വന്ന് ഉണർത്തും എഴുന്നേക്ക് ചില ഭർത്താക്കന്മാരുണ്ട് ഒരാളുടെ ഒരു ഉറക്കം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് അയാളുടെ വളരെ പേഴ്സണലായിട്ടാണ്. എന്നാൽ രാവിലെ തൊട്ട് വൈകിട്ട് വരെ ഉറങ്ങുന്ന ആളിനെ ഉണർത്തണം തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും, അതല്ല. പക്ഷേ there are some personal types in every man, every woman. ചിലർ കഴിക്കുന്നവരായിരിക്കും, അവ കളിയാക്കരുത്, you are a foodie person, eating fat. There are some people with different taste, different instinct actually. So respect the boundaries, respect their instincts, respect their needs, etc. Psychological career പറയുന്നു. So next thing is self-care. Make sure that husband, you take care of yourself first. നല്ലതായിട്ട് നഖമൊക്കെ വെട്ടണം, മുടിയൊക്കെ വെട്ടണം, നല്ലതായിട്ട് ഷേവ് ഒക്കെ ചെയ്യണം, നല്ല ഡ്രസ്സ് ഇടണം. Respect yourself first. Then it will definitely influence the wife also. Wife also the same manner in reverse. So self-care is very much important. If I take care of myself, my body, I'm talking about my body and my mind. When I present my body to my wife, I should be presentable, especially in bedrooms. I should be present. If I'm not presentable, my wife may not be able to have that affection towards me, because it is managed by emotions and brains and nose, ears, everything is connected. The same way self-care is important. Recognizing the importance of self-care. Practice mental and emotional well-being, very important. Enabling partners to support each other's self-care routine. Go for a walk. രണ്ടുപേരോട് നടക്കാൻ പോവാം, ഒരു മോർണിംഗ് വാക്ക്. ടേക്ക് ബോത്ത്. വീട്ടിൽ ഭാര്യ ബ്രേക്ക്ഫാസ്റ്റ് ഉണ്ടാക്കിക്കോ, ഞാൻ നടന്നിട്ട് വരാം എന്ന് മാൻ പറയുമ്പോൾ ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് അഫക്റ്റിംഗ് ഹെർ ഹെൽത്ത് ഓൾസോ. പ്ലാൻ എ ടൈം ടേബിൾ അക്കോർഡിംഗ്ലി. Cook together if possible, then walk together if possible. So this togetherness is, make sure that the next person is taken care, or taken care well. At least to a minimal level. We take it for granted. Oh, it's okay, she will manage, or I'll manage. No, it is not that. That is too much of boundary giving actually. Don't give boundary too much actually. Next thing is empathy and validation. When you have couples, husband, wife, make sure that you have empathy and validation. Practicing empathy. See, sometimes we express sympathy. Ayo achaya anganeyano. No. Be empathetic. And validate. Validation, communication. Oh, സംഭവിച്ചോ, ഓ അത് പറ്റിയോ, അറ്റ്ലീസ്റ്റ് ആക്ഷൻ വഴിയെങ്കിലും. ഇപ്പൊ ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ ഒരു പേഴ്സണാലിറ്റി അനുസരിച്ച് ഐ എം നോട്ട് ടു എക്സ്പ്രസീവ് ത്രൂ വേർഡ്സ്, ബട്ട് ഐ ട്രൈ ടു എക്സ്പ്രസ് ത്രൂ actions actually. At least in some ways to express empathy and make sure that you value the next person, acknowledging and understanding each other's feelings and experience. Respect the feeling of the next person. The next person say that, Achaya, I don't want this, I want this. That person will have some desires. Shopping in I want to go for a shopping, I want to go out. ഞാൻ വീട്ടിൽ തന്നെ ഇരിക്കുക, ഞാൻ പിള്ളേരുടെ കൂടെ തന്നെ, ഐ ഡോണ്ട് വാണ്ട് ഗോ ഔട്ട്. ആൻഡ് ഫോർ എക്സാമ്പിൾ ഒരു ഹസ്ബൻഡ് ചോദിക്കുകയാണ് വൈഫിനോട്, വൈഫ് പറയാണ് ഐ വോണ്ട് ഗോ ഔട്ട്. അപ്പൊ ഹസ്ബൻഡ് ചോദിക്കുകയാണ്, നീ രാവിലെ പോയിട്ട് വൈകിട്ട് വന്നതല്ലേ ഉള്ളൂ, രാവിലെ ജോലിക്ക് പോയി വൈകിട്ട് വന്നല്ല ഉള്ളൂ. For a wife or a husband, ജോലിക്ക് പോകുന്നതാണ് ഔട്ടിംഗ് അല്ല. ജോലിക്ക് പോകുമ്പോൾ job pressures are there, a lot of problems are. That is not a relaxing outing. So wife is asking for an outing. Husband doesn't understand. Husband says that you're always out. Then why do you want to go out? So empathy is important. Understand that person, what he likes, what he needs. Next thing is attachment styles. Understanding different attachment styles. Secure, anxious. About that, these are 3 attachment styles: secure attachment, anxious attachment, avoidant attachment. And their impact on relationship is very important. Some people are very possessive. അച്ചായ അങ്ങോട്ട് മൂവ് ചെയ്യാൻ പാടില്ല, ഇങ്ങോട്ട് മൂവ് ചെയ്യാൻ പാടില്ല, ഡു ദിസ്, വെയർ ദിസ് ഡ്രസ്. ലോട്ട് ഓഫ് പോസസീവ്നെസ് ആർ ദേർ. ഇവിടെയാണ് make sure that you secure, anxious, avoidant. You should have a healthy attachment style. You should not be too much possessive in your relationship. Next thing is mindfulness. These are psychological factors you should be able to implement. Otherwise, it won't be work. It will not work. Like the Greek and Hebrew pole ആയിരിക്കും മനസ്സിലാവത്തോ ഇല്ല. ഈ പറയുന്ന നോക്കി ഇതെല്ലാം കൊച്ചു കുട്ടി ടോപ്സ് ആയിട്ട് പറയേണ്ട കാര്യമാണ്. 3 പോയിന്റ് എടുത്ത് ഒരു പ്രസംഗം പറയേണ്ട കാര്യമാണ് ആക്ച്വലി. പക്ഷെ I'm just doing it very fast. In future, definitely, Navadisha is here. I am here. We'll meet again. Mindfulness is very important. Listen to your partner. Listen to your husband. Or hear or observe. Cultivating mindfulness and practice to enhance present movement, awareness, of course, reduce stress and improve overall relationship satisfaction. Excuse me. Mindfulness is very important. In family, we cannot be absent-minded. There are some relationships I see, there are couples coming to us that are absent-minded. They don't care about how husband thinks, how wife thinks, how she dress, what she dress. No concerns at all. But here, you should cultivate a mindfulness. മനസ്സുകൊണ്ടുള്ള ഒരു അടുപ്പം ഉണ്ടാക്കിയെടുക്കാനും ഒരു മൈൻഡ്ഫുൾനെസ് ഉണ്ടാവണം. Where my wife stands, where my husband stands, what he needs, what she needs, what she lacks, what she needs, what my children lack. No, a lot of mindfulness. Your brain should search for needs of your partners. Next, conflict resolution styles. You should have, everybody has conflict resolution styles. ചിലർ തല്ലിത്തീർക്കും, ചിലർ വഴക്കുണ്ടാക്കി തീർക്കും, ചിലർ പാത്രം എടുത്ത് ഇടിച്ചു തീർക്കും. Everybody has some styles. But there are creative conflict resolution styles actually. Identifying and adopting healthy conflict resolution styles. I'll be giving you, after this, I'll be giving you a few therapeutical techniques also. I say like CBT, MBT, a lot of things are there. So in a common man's language, it is such as compromise, collaboration, negotiation, constructive problem solving, etc. These are common man's language. Compromise, collaboration. I'll give you some psychological techniques after this slide. So learn how to resolve your conflict. Okay? So if you have freedom to fight, it's okay to fight. If you have freedom to fight. If you do not have freedom given by each other, don't fight. Don't fight. If you have freedom to fight, it's okay to fight. Make sure that you have freedom to fight. Otherwise, don't fight. Last 3 things. Intimacy building. Engaging in activities and practice that nurture emotional, physical, spiritual intimacy. Make situations. Intimacy ഉണ്ടാക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയാണ്. See, the more time that you spend together, the more intimacy will come. That is what life is all about. Go for travel. Arrange for a picnic. Take your wife out for a coffee, for an ice cream, for a shopping, go with family, with children together. Go for a one-day trip. Make children happy, make your wife happy, have relaxation. So make sure that you make situations. For example, birthday gifts, birthday celebrations, anniversary celebrations, surprise gift. All these things can be in a surprise dress, all these things. By respect, ഇപ്പോൾ ഭാര്യയ്ക്ക് ഇഷ്ടപ്പെട്ട ഡ്രസ്സ് വാങ്ങിച്ചു കൊടുത്തില്ലെങ്കിൽ അവൾ പടങ്ങുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ അവളെ കൊണ്ട് വാങ്ങിക്കണം. അങ്ങനെയൊക്കെയുള്ളൂ. ഇന്റിമസി ബിൽഡിങ്ങിന് വേണ്ടിയുള്ള എഫോർട്ട് എടുക്കണം. യൂഷ്വലി കപ്പിൾസ് ഇപ്പൊ അച്ഛൻ ഉറപ്പിച്ചതുപോലെ ദേ പ്ലാൻ ഫോർ ദ വെഡിങ് ഡേ. എനിക്ക് BMW കാർ വേണം, അത് വേണം, ഇത് വേണം. ആഫ്റ്റർ ദാറ്റ് നത്തിങ്. നോ. You should plan your intimacy building techniques. How to make intimacy. കുട്ടികളോട് സംസാരിക്കണം. Hug them, love them, kiss them, criticize them. I know വഴക്ക് പറയണം. പക്ഷെ make sure that you love them, express it out. And all these things are very much important actually. So trust and vulnerability. Building and maintaining trust. എൻ്റെ ഭാര്യയ്ക്ക് എൻ്റെ മേലുള്ള ട്രസ്റ്റ് ഉണ്ടാവും. അപ്പോൾ ട്രസ്റ്റ് ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ സംശയം ഉണ്ടാവും. why should I have a basic trust? In the couple on but 50% trust 50% we can work out actually. So with 50% trust so basic trust is needed among husband and wife. Trust to vulnerability and openness, fostering deeper connections and relational trust. Trust ഇല്ലാത്തടത്ത് പ്രശ്നം ഉണ്ടാവും. എന്നെ വഴക്ക് പറഞ്ഞാലും തല്ലിയാലും എന്റെ അച്ചായന്റെ സ്വന്തമാണ്. അവളെ രണ്ട് ചീത്ത പറഞ്ഞാലും അവൾ രണ്ട് പാത്രം തല്ലി ഉടച്ചാലും അവളുടെ സ്വന്തമാണ്. She is mine. He is mine. The children, even if he is little disobedient, he is mine. Even if his father is too much little strict, he is mine. This trust should be there. That should be developed in families. Last, forgiveness and growth. We should learn certain things should be negated. കൊച്ചു കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ ഇങ്ങനെ ചിലരുണ്ട് കൊച്ചു കാര്യത്തിന് പേര് വലിയ ഡിവോഴ്സ് പോകുന്നു. Certain things we can negate it. ആ ഒരു പാത്രം ഫോർ എക്സാമ്പിൾ എന്താ പറയുക, ഒരു കൂടെ ഭാര്യ കുപ്പി ഗ്ലാസ് താഴെ പൊട്ടിക്കുക, അതൊരു ഒത്തിരി ഗ്ലാസ് പൊട്ടി കഴിയുമ്പോൾ ദേഷ്യപ്പെടുമായിരിക്കും ഭർത്താവ്. Certain things we can negate it. അല്ലെ ഹസ്ബൻഡ് പോകുന്ന വഴിക്കല്ല കാറിന്റെ സൈഡ് അരച്ചോണ്ട് വരിക. Lot of things can happen. So that can be forgiven and it will definitely grow. Okay. And see, this is practical spiritual strategies. Now, and this is the practical ways of therapeutical techniques. So this is the thing that I have to give you today, this emotional focus therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy and all. I'll come to that. Before that, I need this practical spiritual strategies. Hope I'm talking to Christians. I don't think there are, the link is gone to different places. There are 75 families attending. I do not know Hindus, all of the things. Even if you are a Hindu or a Muslim or a Christian, spiritual strategies are same in families. So I'm talking from the possibility of the Christian families. You know what is Holy Qurbana, Holy Communion? Do you know that it has a therapeutical healing possibility? Have you ever felt that Holy Qurbana has a healing experience, a healing possibility? Mindful healing through Holy Communion. See here, this is only for a Christian community. Maybe you will be, if you are another community, you will feel little different, but you will have other possibilities. Holy Communion or a Qurbana is just not a ritual. It has a healing touch for minds, souls, even bodies. That's what Bible says. No, Qurbana also. Atmavindiyam Sharira Saukithanayittan. Every family should be updated every Sunday. Like a software. If you update it, your software will work well. If you don't update it, having no network connection, no the data pack, you will be outdated. Make sure that you update a family through this perspective by connecting our inner selves. I repeat, കുർബാനയ്ക്ക് പോകുമ്പോൾ പള്ളിയിൽ പോകുമ്പോൾ വെറുതെ പോയിട്ട് വരാതെ there is something called inner self. You know what is your inner self. You know it. The Pratheesh Joseph, the inner Pratheesh Joseph. Connect your inner self with the divine self. Do not forget. I'm talking psychology. I'm not talking theology here. I'm not talking Achan's language here. I'm talking psychology. There is something called inner self, divine self. Connect your inner self through meditation, prayer, kurbana, through your tears, kumbhasara, whatever is it. A lot of techniques are there. Connect it with the divine self of God. It brings consolation and sense of healing and energy transfer. It is huge energy. This current plug mixie on. If you try it next Sunday, you try it out. If you try it, it will happen. If you plugged in the power flows, because it has energy. Even if you're an atheist, I hope you can understand what is energy transfer. Energy transfer happens in Holy Qurbana. And every spiritual activity, transfer the energy, get equipped. Practicing spiritual strategies. Spiritual strategies, mindful healing. Second thing is strengthening bonds with family prayer. But which is very powerful. If you sit for prayer with your children systematically. I face a lot of difficulties having two small kids. Sitting, I always think, I always wanted to make liturgy for them, repeat it every day. That's my dream, but I couldn't do it. I used to do a lot of, but now children are, messy and they're cranky. Hopefully I have to. Prayer is not like sitting together, reading Bible and going away. No. There should be some meditation time. There should be some repetitive prayers time. There should be some internalization prayer time. There should be some preaching time. It is very important. Family prayer is not just like putting cross and going away. No way. Don't do that. Take time, minimum half an hour it take. Family prayer strengthens our unity. You sit together. When you join hands, but when you join hands together, you touch. You experience what is my father's hand, my child's hand. Sometimes you will be able to kiss. You will feel kissing, hugging. It happens in prayer, creating a supportive atmosphere. Discussions happen. So spiritual strategic are the psychological. I'm talking psychologically. This is not a church-based. Family prayer, any family prayer, if getting together, discussing, having meditation, having some rituals are very much needed. Some practicing repetitive prayers are very much needed, because today's prayer won't be remembered tomorrow. No way. And make sure that you repeat some prayers. Maybe certain things have to be repeated for you also. See, you take Catholic faith, they have a lot of rosary, a lot of repetitive prayers has a lot of power to remember. It controls your mind. It is in your brain. So make sure that you sure that you have a family prayer system, and it will strengthen your bond. Third possibility, spiritual possibilities, personal growth and spiritual practices. Personal growth and spiritual practices. Alongside fasting, personal meditation, breathing exercises, practicing positive affirmation. ഇതെല്ലാം നമുക്ക് സമയമില്ല പറയാൻ. A lot of things. ഇരിക്കണം, കുടുംബ പ്രാർത്ഥനയ്ക്ക് അത് ഇരിക്കണം. 4 പേരുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഇരുന്നിട്ട് മെഡിറ്റേഷൻ ചെയ്യണം. ബ്രീത്തിങ് എക്സസൈസ് ആവാം, ബ്രീത്തിങ് പ്രാക്ടീസ് ആവാം, സ്കാനിങ് ഓഫ് ദ ബോഡി, അതായത് അതൊരു ടെക്നിക്കാണ്. സ്കാൻ ഫ്രം ഹെയർ ടു ടോ. ഈ അഫർമേഷൻ, ലോട്ട് ഓഫ് തിങ്സ് ആർ ദേർ. ഇതൊക്കെ ചെയ്യാം, ഇതൊക്കെ പോസിബിലിറ്റിയാണ്. Let me move very fast. Seeking peace within. Finding peace requires effort. There is something called quiet time, personal meditation, personal prayer, tanichulla prarthana, tanichulla talk with God. A lot of things has power to control your minds. This inner peace should penetrate our minds. I use the word penetrate our minds. By actively seeking peace, we create space for tranquility to reside within us. Okay, I move forward. I don't have time. Embracing shared spiritual journey. Engaging in these practices brings us closer on a shared spiritual journey. Husband, wife, children, we all share some positive values together. We will be able to share providing support, because when we have spiritual etiquettes, how to behave to a wife, spiritual etiquette. How to behave to children, spiritual etiquette. When we have this etiquettes and measurement comes in between, and we have a spiritual embracing happens. Last, mindfulness in everyday life. Introducing mindfulness into our daily routines. We should have mindfulness, being present in our activities. Don't live in the past. Don't blame your past. Don't dream about the future. Live in the future. Being present in our activities, whether it's cooking together, talking, having a trip together. Enjoy your present life. I will move forward. This slide, I'll just read and finish it out. Very important. You cannot live alone in a community. You are a social animal. You cannot live alone at all. Husband and wife pattathilla chidikkan. You need some people like family, in-laws, church, society, friends. Important. Palli വളരെ important ആണ്. Guidance and mentorship. Elder couples, elder seniors, guidance seeking from mentors, church leaders, achamaru, kochumamaru, tirumenimaru, church elders, other couples, young couples, small couple, newly married couple, old couple. Lot of guidance is needed. You cannot live alone. That is why we live in society. Support groups and fellowships. And that is why church has young couple fellowship, Sevya Sangam, all age kind of fellowship. Get support. Our tour on the yatra on the fellowships on the Bible study on a lot of things are there. Get it. Learning from other couples. That is, I already mentioned. Passing values and culture through this learning community together. പള്ളിയിൽ നിന്നാണ് നമ്മൾ കൾച്ചർ പഠിക്കുക. സുറിയാനി സംസ്കാരം, ആരാധന, കേരള സംസ്കാരം, ഇന്ത്യൻ സംസ്കാരം, അല്ല വെസ്റ്റേൺ ആണ് അവിടുത്തെ സംസ്കാരം, liturgy, Bible, lot of respect, how to respect elders, lot of things we learn from community or church. Mentors as role models. We have achans, clergy, and other mentors in the community. Of course, they can guide you, and they can solve almost all achans can guide you in personal problems. In fact, because we deal with people every day. Comparative study and generational values. That's already mentioned already. So comparative study, in your mind, you can compare compare with other couples. Don't get depressed. അവർക്ക് വലിയ വീട് വാങ്ങിച്ചു എനിക്കില്ല, അവർ വലിയ കാറുണ്ട് എനിക്കിതില്ല. അതല്ല ഉദ്ദേശിച്ചത്. How they behave, how they manage struggles, how they talk. This kind of comparison can help us. This is my last slide. If you want to take a screenshot, please take it. You may not be able to understand it, but try to understand. Then you can refer Google, or you can get into talk to a counselor. What are these therapeutic techniques? But we're solving. I'm teaching you 5 therapeutical techniques. Actually, only a therapist can do this, but you can also try to make it out if you are able. If you know, a lot of guidance and videos are there how to practice this. The first thing is emotionally focused therapy, EFT. So here, this is a very simple therapeutical technique. Weekly emotions check-in. Here, the couples, husband and wife, will gather maybe on a Sunday or a Saturday or a Sunday evening. They sit together on, around one table. Then they take a paper and pen. They do check-ins. Schedule a weekly check-in where each partner shares their emotions without judgment. Practice active listening and empathetic response. This I take a lot of time, but I'll explain in few little words. ഒന്ന് ഭാര്യയും ഭർത്താവ് അപ്പുറത്തിരിക്കുക, ഒരു പേപ്പർ എടുത്ത് വെക്കുക. ഫോർ എക്സാമ്പിൾ, ഭാര്യ പറയാണ്, ഈ ആഴ്ച എനിക്ക് I was emotionally down. Husband, write it down. Wife, emotionally down. Point number 1. Next, I felt that you are not loving me. Point number 2. Write it down. This after 10 points or 15 points, then talk to the wife. Find out. Now talk to the wife. Wife should write it down. I felt that this is that. Write it down. Don't talk now. Write it down. Both of you write it down. And take 1 minute or 2 minutes to read it out. And next process is exchange these papers and go through this. And after 2-3 minutes, exchange the paper again. Then start. Already you start talking. We'll take topic number 1. I felt that you are not loving on this context. Okay, let us talk about it. You talk about it. I will listen. Here, that the person who is talking and the listener, it is very important. The listener should be active listener. You should look into the eyes. You should respect the emotions. That person will be angry. That person will cry. That person will be happy. That person will be shy sometimes. Whatever emotions is poured out, this person should be able to take it. Don't reply now. Don't be judgmental. Keep it like. If you do this, most of the couple cannot do this. That is why people like us are employed. Only people like us will be able to make this happen. If you are brilliant enough, you can do this. Emotionally focused therapy. EFT can be done to solve your problems. If you are not able, come to us. We will be able to help you. Next thing is a common psychotherapy technique. It's CBT that you may know, cognitive behavioral therapy. Here, we identify negative thought patterns. When conflicts arises, pause to identify negative thoughts contributing to the conflict. Discuss and reframe these thoughts together. Here, we sit together, the husband, wife sit, or children sit together again around a table. We share thoughts. We are not writing it, listing it down. We are sharing it together. And when we share it, and when you feel that there is something negative, only negative, you write it down. Not everything. You're not writing everything. Only negatives. And you also write, let's share it together. Then take only the negatives. Then you talk to that person. Find out, I feel it negative. What do you think about it? I feel it negative. What do you think about it? Maybe that person will have another perspective about this actually. So make sure that is called cognitive behavioral therapy. This is also only a therapist can help you, but you can try it out. Behavioral therapy. Third one is Gottman method couples therapy. It's simple on actually. When you talk to your husband, talk to your wife, don't talk like, I am telling you, do this. No. Instead of that, you use, I feel this way. I feel it. I feel that you are wrong. I feel it. This is my perspective. I may be wrong also. That is much more welcoming. This kind of therapeutical techniques can be done within couples. I move forward because no time. Almost 1 hour is done. The last thing is mindfulness-based therapy, MBT. This is mindful daily check-ins. ഒരു ബെഡ്റൂമിൽ ചെയ്യാവുന്ന കാര്യമുള്ളത് ആക്ച്വലി. Before going to bed, you can have analysis of the day. Set aside a few minutes each day for mindfulness exercise together to talk. This could be a coffee time actually. ഒരു 4 മണിക്ക് ചായ ടൈം ആവാം, മോർണിംഗ് ബ്രേക്ക്ഫാസ്റ്റ് ടൈം ആവാം. But make sure that you have some common time to discuss what is happening that day. Awareness that's mindfulness based therapeutic techniques can be done. Last, communication skill training. A training is needed to communicate. Practice. You should know how to learn, practice active listening. It is difficult to learn, practice active listening. Active listening means കണ്ണി നോക്കണം, ആള് പറഞ്ഞ് കേൾക്കണം, ഫോൺ ഉപയോഗിക്കാൻ പാടില്ല, എംപത്തറ്റിക് ആയിരിക്കണം, ജഡ്ജ്മെന്റൽ ആവരുത്, കളിയാക്കുന്ന മുഖഭാവം ഉണ്ടാവരുത്. ഇതൊക്കെയാണ് ആക്റ്റീവ് ലിസണിങ്. During important discussions, take turns being, and listen. And when you are a person who is talking, the next person should take turn to listen the same way. So I stop here. Emotionally focused therapy, cognitive behavioral therapy, Gottman method, couples therapy, mindfulness-based therapy, and some communication skill training. In therapeutic techniques, any psychotherapist or even counselor can help you. If you need the help, Navadisha, a lot of counselors are there. You can approach them for anything. Or we have almost 10 plus counselors in Navadisha itself. You can approach. They're all trained as, or even you can try your way of doing it and make sure that you don't fail it. Last and conclusion. This is some philosophy. Frank Pittman says, marriage is like a submarine. Is only safe if you get all the way inside. കല്യാണം ഒരു അന്തർവാഹിനി കപ്പൽ പോലെയാണ്. അകത്തിരിക്കുമ്പോൾ സേഫ് ആണ്, പുറത്തു വന്നാൽ യു ആർ നോട്ട് സേഫ്. ഡേവ് മ്യൂറർ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരാൾ ഒരു ഫാമിലി തെറപ്പിസ്റ്റ് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്, ഗ്രേറ്റ് മാരേജ് ഈസ് നോട്ട് വെൻ ദ പെർഫെക്റ്റ് കപ്പിൾ കം ടുഗെദർ. ഇറ്റ് ഇസ് വെൻ ആൻ ഇംപെർഫെക്റ്റ് കപ്പിൾ, ലേൺ എന്ന വാക്ക് എഴുതിയിരിക്കുന്ന ബ്ലൂവിലാണ്, ലേൺ ടു എൻജോയ് ദെയർ ഡിഫറൻസസ്. ഐ റിപ്പീറ്റ്, a great marriage is not when the perfect couples come together. It is not perfect couple ആകുമ്പോൾ അവിടെ വഴക്കും തല്ലൊന്നുമില്ല, അത് വേറൊരു പ്രശ്നം ഉണ്ടാകും. It is when two imperfect people learn how to enjoy their differences. So learn how to enjoy your differences. Last, Henry Ford എന്ന ഒരു തെറപ്പിസ്റ്റ് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്, coming together is beginning, keeping together is process, working together is success. ഒന്നിച്ച് വരുന്നതാണ് ആരംഭം, കല്യാണം കഴിക്കുന്നു. കീപ്പിംഗ് ടുഗെദർ ഇസ് പ്രോസസ്, രണ്ടും ഒന്നിച്ച് വെച്ച് പ്രോസസ്സാണ്. പക്ഷേ വർക്കിംഗ് എന്നും സന്തോഷവും സന്താപവും കുഞ്ഞുങ്ങളുടെ വളർച്ചയും നേഴ്സറിങ്ങും കഷ്ടപ്പാടും ദുരിതവും, വർക്കിംഗ് ടുഗെദർ ഈസ് സക്സസ്. മാരേജ് ഇസ് ലൈക്ക് എ സബ്മറൈൻ, ഈസ് ഓൺലി സേഫ് ഇഫ് യു ഗെറ്റ് all the way inside. I wish all the very best. Here I stop, and this is the time for questions. I hand over. Sorry for taking somewhat. I took 10 minutes extra. Sorry for this. And thank you, Achin. Thank you, everyone, for this opportunity. And this is the time for question and answers. I know that I was a little long, but still, hope you were following me.